Hey people, Inquisitor 3v3, Estia Province Blue Team. Kapral is a Lord Commissar, strong offense and support. Fights in melee combat, begins with a refractor shield, may occasionally shoot his own fellas in the head, but don't hold it against him. Alongside Crysis, there he goes with a Revener Alpha, a tunneling hero with great mobility, powerful offense, and a bit of support. Begins with a ranged weapon. Rounding off the team here, Wolfguard with a Farseer, support hero that fights in melee combat, some powerful buffs and control, being harassed by scouts. Red team Revs with an Inquisitor, offensive hero with powerful control abilities, begins in melee combat, has a bit of support too. Looks like it's Imperial Guard versus Imperial Guard on that western side. Alongside here, Stanley as a Warboss, a melee hero that can walk through objects, very good offense, disruption and support from the front lines. Rounding off the teams, Dragonis with a Techmarine, starts off in ranged combat, puts out some good damage, can also support with structures and repair. This is the Blood Angels elite scheme. How's the Humies versus Humies going? Looks like we have a Sentinel each. Revs got their second, Guardsman's got up pretty late. Maybe they intended to go straight into Catechins or something and change their mind. Warboss has found a fight. Revener Alpha getting hits in. We've got double sluggers up here for Stanley. Banshees on the prowl though. And this could be bad for the Warboss. Times the stomp really well actually to escape. Shooters need to keep moving as well. Look at these Dire Avengers being wiped out by a bolt of fire. Those were Wolfguards. Hormagaunts versus Sluggers. Use their War, get a special attack, and looks like they're going to be okay. Shooters got chased down a bit. Guide up there on the Howling Banshees from the Farseer, one of her starting abilities, giving them 30% more damage. Also more ranged, but doesn't apply to their swords. Yeah, Dragonis needs to back off here. Might be in a bit of trouble. Going to be pincered. Trying to focus down the Banshees as much as they can, and then they run. It's the right call. The right call. A little bit haphazard there from Stanley and Dragonis. Weren't really together. Kind of come in at different angles, awkward angles. But Orks want to fight, and they certainly did. Reinforcing those sluggers. Nothing else up for Dragonis. Only a single gen, which suggests Devastators. But once they see that Guardian weapon team, they might go for Assault Marines, and we'll see some Death Company if they do. Sentinel on Sentinel action. Double Guardsman here though for Kapral. Maybe Hammer of the Witches. Nope. Inquisitor gets stomped. And then the Lord Commissar, yes, gets stomped. Everyone's getting stomped. Here comes Stanley with the assist. Now she's trying a Hammer of the Witches, but the Lord Commissar gets away. Meanwhile, Eldar are capping this eastern contested power. We have Assault Marines on the way indeed for Dragonis. These guys are inside the tunnel. It's just a visual bug with replays. They appear to be just standing around, but are actually inside stuff. Banshees with no... oh, there we go. Aspect of Strength on the way. These guys not using cover. But hey, they're just bashing a node, I suppose. Warrior Brood on the field for Crysis. Those guys will grant a basic synapse to nearby non-synapse creatures such as the Termagants and the Hormagaunts, granting them some damage and suppression resistance. Big push on the east side for the blue team, bashing power. Looks like they're going to get a full bash. Stanley is now coming to assist. Warboss taking the central route to try and get a flank. We do have burners up for both of the sluggers. Some more hit points and power melee weapons, not to mention, you know, fire. That's a good hit with the Barbed Strangler there. Only two of the models get their burners though. Yeah, they got messed up by the Barbed Strangler. Assault Squad jumping in, then they get Ard Boys from the Warboss, but they are in trouble. Banshees are right there, not to mention a whole bunch of Tyranids and the Shuriken. Yeah, blue team held it well. Blue team held it well. Maybe they didn't know about the Shuriken, because you'd think they would jump it. Maybe they hadn't seen it yet. 433 to 495. Sentinel of Kapral is decapping the western side. We have artillery spotters up for Kapral and Catechin Devils for Revs. There's the Hammer of the Witches. Inquisitor should probably be tying up these guys. Spotters doing their thing, dropping the smoke to debuff range, and then the mortar to kill stuff. And the Commissar got a kill on Revs. Guardsman has a power sword and then gets a stomp to the face. Good special by the Inquisitor there, and Catechin's getting into melee. They have power melee weapons, so they can be a big threat to a low-level hero, but the Sentinel comes in just in time. 429 to 495. Can Revs Sentinel even get away here? There's a lot of stuff. Oh, Catechins might have saved it with a really good grenade launcher hit. One of their abilities. good disruption from long range. Spotters are still here. Sentinel's here to help though. Look how inaccurate the multi-laser is. Especially when it's moving. I assume the accuracy goes down when it's moving, but I'm not actually sure about that. Typically it does. It certainly seems more accurate when it's not moving. Just from the visuals. Gets a stomp. Decent fight over there. But looks like that VP is going to turn blue, having to recap this wreck point. We see boss pole effects from the Warboss. That orange circle there is this effect. 20% more health and 50% suppression. Well, less received, is it? Yeah, it's not resistance, you just receive less suppression, which is a big deal. That could be the difference between getting in on the Shuriken and not jumping in on the Assault Marines. Techmarines right there. No sign of the Mastercrafted Bolter. I think it's the first time I've seen the Techmarine in 293 onwards not get the Mastercrafted Bolter. The scouts ate a grenade to the face and died. But Orks getting in there. Painboy up here for Stanley Love. Support sub-commander for the Orks can use a heal over time Git Source ability to heal friendly Ork units, and only Ork units. Could get into some melee with a damage over time knife as well. I guess it's coated in squig juice or something, which is not pleasant. Sentinel gets some repairs, but they might need to keep moving back. Up goes the shield. Gonna get Hammer of the Witches though. Big chunk of damage and then runs away. What is this? It's Shooter Boy's got the decap. They have their Knob Leader and they're taking out a tunnel. We'll get some XP. There we go, level 2 and some red. 15 red for a tunnel's not bad, you know. Oh, there's one over here. Can they spot that? Bormagaunt's might not get away. There's tons of stuff in retreat path. I think yes, Techmarine gets the power armored elbow in there. Painboy alongside Sluggers and the Warboss. Maybe heal the Warboss, little guy. Hasn't done so. Shooter Boy's decapping the mid. Revs coming back out of base here. With replace guardsmen. There's Katachans still. Any war gear for the Inquisitor? Nope. Usually you'll see Purgatus on a map like Estia when there's lots of fighting over the contested late game. More scouts for Dragonis. That was a mortar shell, but it doesn't knock over the Sentinel, obviously. Got a decap. There's this. Red team have found a tunnel. They found Tyranids going into it too. Warboss can just run over the tunnel. But you don't get... Oh, you do get red. You still get red for that. I assume you don't get XP though. But I could be wrong. Techmarine took a lot of damage. Level 2. Sluggers have got some decent XP in tier 1 as well. Banshees have their Exarch. She's got the heavy melee Executioner Spear. She's taking some shots. Assault Marines jumping in. They need to follow him. Double Assault Marines for Dragonis. Didn't even realise that. It's going to be fun. Was that Ard Boys on them? Oh, that was the Levitation Blade. Levitation Field, sorry, the Gravity Blade. I think they retreated just in time to not be lifted by it. But they still had that blue effect on them. Warboss barely makes it out, I think, anyway. Yeah, 11 hit points. Oh, he goes down. Farseer got the hit. Revener Alpha also has a melee weapon, the Crippling Talon. Been seeing this a lot recently. Pretty good. Reinforced kiting as well. Slows units when they hit him. Slows units in a radius as well. So if you force yourself into like a ranged blob, get a melee attack, they're forced to hit you back. Well, not forced to, but if the player's not quick enough to move away, they'll hit him back in melee, and everything gets slowed down. Chimera for both of the Imperial Guard players, it looks like. And Lord Commissar with stubbornness on the way. Should make him a lot tankier in there. And apparently it's got some fixes in the last few updates, so it's not so insane. Before, it would trigger too often. It would trigger every time the number of units hit a different threshold kind of thing. It's like they didn't share a cooldown kind of thing. But they attempted to fix it. I'm not sure if it did get properly fixed, but hopefully it's better at least. Assault Squad. Ortok can't get a shot on them, or rather a smack on them. Farseer goes down, surrounded by its Sluggers and the Assault Marines. Ortok does get away. She'll be providing a ranged damage resistance aura to anything that's close by it, most likely the Banshees a lot of the time. A late tier 2 for Cry and Stanley Love, who have a Revener Brew for Cry. I wonder if we'll see them go into melee and these guys switch to Adrenal Glands. Synapse Aura for damage for the Revener Alpha. And a Venom Brood on the way. Looks like they do want to stick with a ranged build then. Get that ranged synapse up. And the Barb Strangler stays useful, I think. Can also get the Thorax Swarm upgrades and stuff for some extra utility. Another tunnel's been found. Tyranids need to duck back into it, do they? Nope, they're just backing away, trying to stay in it. Can they get a Barb Strangler shot? It's so risky to turn around and try and shoot now. Surprised the Revener's not engaging, you know, to slow him down and stuff. We didn't see any Crippling Poison either. It must have been a cooldown. Here come the Eldar Cavalry. Good flank by Wolfguard, and well played, Cry, to back off and draw them into that. They're going to wipe out these sluggers. Yes, they are. Stanley Love goaded into a fight and pays for it. 379 to 466. I mean, I don't think it was a particularly bad play from Stanley Love. He was trying to chase and get some kills. They couldn't see those Eldar coming in. Commissar on the way for those guardsmen who will be able to execute them to stop their retreats. In fact, I haven't seen the Commissar do his execute very often. I'm sure they have, I just haven't spotted it. Level 2 Revener Alpha. Does this work on vehicles? It says any enemy struck, so I guess so. Stun bombs thrown in. Didn't hit anything though. I guess they thought they would keep coming forward. So everything can reinforce off this Chimera now, much like the red team's one from Revs. Manticore on the field for Kapral, so Revs should be able to out-tech over there, get Lehman Russes earlier. Manticore needs to do some work. Executioner Spear for the Autarch, although hers is a power melee one, not heavy melee. Going to kick off on the west side, is it? I think so. Warboss is in town. Inquisitor still no war gear, she goes for the decap. Oh, big Manticore strike then. Although mostly hit guardsmen, and those guys can reinforce very quickly and very cheaply off the Chimera, 3 at a time when they have their Commissar and Sergeant. Stick bombs is a good throw. Force those guys into the tunnel. Chimera backs off a decent distance. Revs is keeping a close eye on theirs. It's a decent mortar shell. Here comes some more Tyranids coming out of this tunnel. 4 units at a time, I believe, can get inside the tunnels. And I don't think... Is there a limit on how many tunnels can be active at once? Some Raveners dropped in there. And there's the mortar visibility shell. Gives you vision over a certain area. That's going to help the Manticore do its thing. Oh, hey, we have a Dreadnought for Dragonis with the assault cannon bolted onto it. Or however they get it on there. I'm sure some kind of wires are involved. Banshee's barely got away there. Autarch, he's also back there. Who's this down? The Commissar? Yeah. Maybe get a revive? What is the Revener Alpha up to? Are they pushing on this? Are they pushing on his Orks? Stick bombs thrown a bit too far. Or a bit too late. Or a bit of both. Barb Strangler still doing work here. Revener Alpha goes in. Who does he go after? I think he's going after the stick bombers. I think. Our Warriors got hit. Lost the model, in fact. These guys do have their ranged synapse, so it's buffing the 2 Ravener Broods and the 2 Termagant Broods, and they're doing a lot of damage now. Hell of a lot of damage, especially when they're near the Revener Alpha. Those guys burrow striked away. Both Chimeras still up. I like the catechins here, they can use the smoke and stuff. No sign of a crack missile for the Sentinel of Kapral. Here come Tyranid support. It's going to be 2v1 against Revs. They need to back away. Looks like they're piling into the Chimera to do that. 356 to 454. 1-to-1 cap. We've done 100 VPs though. Uh-oh. Assault squad just wipe? Or was that just a wipe? Looks like it. Those guys got away okay. The Dreadnought is being chased now by heavy melee Howling Banshee Exarch. Autarchs chipping in when they can. Oh, it's a good stick bomb throw. And the Dreadnought lives. We see the blessing of the Omnissiah going in. That's a global ability of the Techmarine that repairs all friendly vehicles on the map. It can be really good in the team game, actually. Repairs for a decent amount, although relatively slowly. Got to decap the Farseer. Still has that gravity blade. West side is very, very blue. Very, very blue. We see these spotters looking for enemies there. Capillary tower going up. Sentinel taking some shots. Looked like the Sentinel was snared by something there. I'm not sure what did that. Seemed to have a red marker. That's a good stick bomb throw. Another squad of stick bombers would have been fun to see. Revener Alpha now in on the Warboss, who just made an angry face. It didn't seem to fight back for some reason. Gets away though. Has the Warboss gone down yet? 356 to 408, 2-1 cap for the blue. Pretty close. Wolfguard is a little bit behind now in terms of roster, gone down to 3 units. Now gets a fire prism up though. There's the electro shock grubs from the warrior brood. Slowing down the vehicle and doing some damage. Good barb strangler shot too. Venom brood might have it here. Chimera needs to get moving. Oh, was that the oh, I thought I just saw the... Yeah, I think that was the execute from the Commissar somewhere. I guess these fellas got executed. Chimera, oh, maybe gets away. Needs to keep moving. Do not stop to repair because the Venom brood will take you out. Capillary tower going in to speed them up. Oh, that's a big mistake from Revs. Big mistake. Down it goes. Meanwhile, towards the mid, Dragonis' scouts go down. Ortak got the kill there, I think. Assault squad with 1440 hit points because they're buffed by the Warboss's boss pole, which is quite a lot of heresy, I think. Maybe he drew a picture of the Emperor on it for him to get him going. Lord Commissar puts his shield up. It's really in the thick of it there. Did a lot of good work to soak up damage. Oh, here come Terminators from Dragonis. You see those yellow markers. Those are inspiration buffs every time they kill something. And they can tear through this light infantry quite fast with those Stormbolters. Stormbolters are a lot of DPS. It's like a Techmarine in each of those arms, I think. Maybe even more than that. Looters on the way, but then cancelled by Stanley Love. They do have flash kits. And the blasters could do some work to the blob of Tyranids if they can target the warriors. Although, look at this from Wolfguard. Going to get Ortak and Seer Council. If they're together and their auras stack, that's a pretty decent range damage reduction before you do anything else. I think they're 15% each, I think. Maybe the Ortox is 10 now. Tank Busters on the way for Stanley Love. Manticore is still around. Just took a shot, actually. Stopped the cap, but it was a decap. A bit odd that they left the VP so undefended there, actually, Kapral. They were kind of hanging in the mid. Maybe they just wanted to see where the enemy would go. Seer Council also almost up for Wolfguard. We got a Lehman Russ for Revs. Stun Bomb hits a couple of things. There is the Lehman Russ going for the Executioner, sorry, the Vanquisher, which is going to make short work of the Chimera potentially. There's the Basilisk Flare. Does the flare affect vehicles? It didn't seem to get the debuff circle. 1-to-1 cap. VP's very close. I see a big blob of red going towards the east side. I think that's Dragonis with his Dreadnought. Must be, because the other two are here. Yep. Dreadnought, Terminators, the Submarines. Oh, there's Sluggers here too. I thought the blob looked a little bit big. Assault Cannon Barrage. Banshees have dodged it though, and look at those special attacks flying in. And there's the Ortak to heal them with a leap. See Council now. They will tear apart those Sluggers, although user choppers and Ard Boys on them. And the Dreadnought helping out. Looks like they still got beat. And there's the levitation field from the Farseer. She might die though. She does go down. Oh, Tyranids with a big old flank. And I think the Dreadnought's done for. Really well played by Cry. Look, they came out of that tunnel over there. I believe the Venom Cannons will take it down. There we go. And look how the Terminators are getting messed up by the Krypton Talon. They're getting, you know, crippled. Dragonis says, I've got gangbanged. We have a Lehman Russ on the way for Kapral. Looted tank for Stanley Love. The Submarines maybe saved that Terminator. I probably would have got away 700 hit points. And now a power bash from Crysis. Starting to look very dangerous, that ranged Tyranid army. They don't even have Carnifexes yet. Warboss level 4 runs away. These guys trying to stay in play. Red team do have the west side though. Revener Alpha, are you going to revive the Farseer over there? Wolfguard says bug. I'm not sure what they are referring to exactly. They're talking about the inability to revive or something. It's a new one. Oh, the Commissar's going to come and revive her. Or at least try. I'm not sure why the Revener didn't. Bash left, so we're even, says Revs. Well, are you gonna? Oh, it's bashed. Oh. Saying that they did bash it is what they meant. 290 to 332. We've got some Vanguard veterans now for Dragonis. I'm not sure why they would prioritize that when you're behind in roster. Could have got a Predator tank. Maybe they want to jump into the Tyranid blob and get those power weapons working. Commissar goes off. And then she lives. She does live. Revener Alpha has been dangerous. This is a hell of a fight here. Manticore's too close to things, I think. Vanguard veterans jumping in. Looking for some squishy, heavy infantry. Oh, down go the Venom Brood. Was that a wipe? I think that was a wipe on those guys. This is Kapral's Demon Rust taking some tank buster shots. Looks like the Vanquisher just went in on it. Yep, that's a Vanquisher cannon, alright. The looted tank needs to be very careful of that Vanquisher cannon Lehman Russ. Look at the speed debuff on those Vanguard veterans from the Revener Alpha. That's crazy. Barely move. It's like they're stunned. Yeah, Lehman Russ got the looted tank. Stone Guard veterans should be using their Vengeance rounds to fight the Lehman Russ. There we go. Vengeance rounds loaded in. Again though, Dragonis using their resources to upgrade a tier 1 squad rather than get something else up. There's a Kraken Bolts now. And the Carnifex is up for Crysis. Most likely, yep, Barb Strangler. Of course it is. Another Lehman Russ on the way for Revs. But the red team are certainly behind here. Tyranid should be moving. Kapral comes back to the west side. Gets the VP. There's a 2-1, 2-4-1 to 3-3-1. So behind on army, but ahead on VPs, the red team, at least for now. Got some well-placed tunnels over on the eastern side. Red team are gonna triple the west side, it looks like. I guess that's the play. Kapral is here alone. Could be a nasty Manticore strike though. I'm not sure why these guys have the Kraken rounds loaded in. The only heavy infantry on the entire field are the Warrior Brood. Should be using their Hellfire against these guardsmen here. Big misplay from Dragonis. But red team do get the cap. Oh, look at this. A melee Techmarine again. Why are you spending resources on an axe when you can get a tank or something? Very odd. Blue team used the opportunity to push through the mid and get a decap and bash power. Which, you know, feeds you XP as well. Sea Council could use a bit. Banshees are almost level 3. Maybe get a full cap or maybe not. There's the time field from the arm of the Asuryan. Or armor of Asuryan, I should say. Still has the Kraken bolts loaded in. Where's your Hellfire? Where's your Acid? Knob squad on the way for Stanley Love. Some more Venom Brood for Crysis to replace those that were lost. I think it was Assault Marines that took him out, or Vanguard veterans rather. I think. Maybe it was the Warboss. Speaking of the Warboss, he's got Cyborg implants. These guys have their blasters now too. You saw the shot they did on those Dire Avengers. Barely did any damage because everything's being buffed by the Autarch and the Sea Council. It's a decent merciless strike there. Yeah, Banshee's got messed up. Didn't bother to stay in the fight. These guys are strangely split up here. Farseer, can they get her? Vanguard veterans turn around. Oh, they could have got her there. Dragonis is on the way to the west side. Revs needs some help. Got the Inferno Pistol and Purgatus. Uh-oh, Eldritch. And that was an Electroshock Rubs as well. I think this Demon Russ is done for. Down it goes. The other one survives. The other one does survive. Can the blue team see this out? What level are you fellas? You haven't leveled up yet. Stone Guard still have the Kraken rounds loaded in. Another Lehman Russ for Revs. Just keep them coming. And here's one for Kapral as well. Here's the Nob squad. Looks like they have their Mina and Greener and the Nob leader, which I think is the way to do it. Don't get the hammers yet. You need some more bodies on the field. Some more Nobs maybe. Yeah, look at the difference they make when they're running towards stuff. It's quite scary. Still, with the Kraken rounds loaded in, guys. Maybe they can shoot these Warrior Brood. They don't even seem to be targeting them, though. Blasters doing their thing. There's a ton of formation and a rocket run. Holy crap. That is effective by Revs. That's a very good nuke. I think Crysis was busy placing their own nuke and maybe didn't see that. I didn't see it until it came in. Boom indeed. 225 to 284. Okay, Kraken bolts do good work against heroes. That's true. Look at the damage. Can they finish off the Lord Commissar? They can. Terminator's got him. Carnifex actually took a lot of damage there. Meanwhile, west side, if my mouse stops screwing up. Here we go, it's working again. Lehman Russ lives. Can the Inferno Pistol get a shot in? She's trying to get there. Oh, she must have not had the mandate available. Got the Chimera. Termagants are getting exploded into little bits of Termagants. But they're alright. Double cap for the blue team. Don't actually have their own natural at the moment. Not sure what got it.
We're in the middle of upgrades.
Not going to get a triple though, because red team were already on their own natural. These guys both get away. It's the Farseer capping. Where's that on the floor? It's a Nob, I think. Speaking of Nob squad, here comes another one to Stanley Love. And Dragonis has double Terminators. Oh, they lost their Vanguard veterans somewhere. You know what? It might have been in that nuke. It might have been in the nuke. Yeah, there's a body there. I wonder if they got friendly fire to death. 1-to-1 cap, 225 to 228. Hell Fury strike. Completely misses from Revs. Although I suppose it stopped them chasing the Lehman Russ for a moment. Red team get the west side back. They've done really well to claw their way back in. Avatar for Wolfguard. Surprised blue team haven't like focused the west side a little bit more. Haven't been able to lock it down despite the superior numbers. We've got double Cyclone Missile Launcher Terminators. You know what? They've got double Lehman Russes, double Nobs, double Terminators, some Flash Kits, some strong heroes. Red team are very much in this. Very much in this. Where's the Avatar? Hanging out on the natural VP. And that will provide another AoE passive buff. Got them all going on. Flash Kit's getting a little pop, and they didn't knock themselves over. There's the time field. Maybe that's a little bit early to use it, you know. Could have got the Terminators and stuff in it. Might have been a little bit early. But allowed them to approach a little bit easier, I suppose. There's an Antigor strike. Stone Guard. Maybe they can focus down the Autark and the Farseer here with the Kraken bolts. What is that? That's a Lehman Russ and a Kogatus. And it's all kicking off. Avatar's in there. Very aggressive push by the blue team, led by the Seer Council and the Avatar. Cyclone Missile Launcher didn't do a whole lot, did some disruption. Nob squad. I think they're going to have to leave soon. There's the Frenzy. Another good use for the Crippling Talon, I suppose. Mess with the Nob squad. Did the Stone Guard get wiped? They did. The Stone Guard went down. I don't think I saw them using the Hellfire rounds once. Or the Vengeance rounds after that initial usage of it. They just had the Kraken rounds loaded in the whole time. Which is not often seen. Stormtrooper squad on the field for Kapral with anti-armor kit. Red team, though, are going to retake the west side. Double Terminators for Dragonis. What else do you need in life? Maybe a Venerable Dreadnought. I'd love to see that. See, Council dropped a model, but they'll be okay. Almost level 3 as well. Bunch of Tyranids are still here. Got the decap. Well done, fellas. Avatar with the Wailing Doom. And they should now... Yeah, they probably should back off. Techmarine goes down, trying to retreat. Revener Alpha kind of laughs at him a bit. Level 7. Level 4 Lord Commissar with Flak Jacket is Inspired Terror now. It's got to help burst down an Ob squad when you shoot them in the skull. Fire Prism on the way for Wolfguard. Didn't they have one at some point? I guess it didn't last very long. What is this? It's sneaky Stormtroopers trying to get a decap. Revs should have enough to hold here, maybe? Manticore, it was all about the Manticore strike. It didn't do a whole lot. These Melter Guns doing some good work, though. Oh, that's a repair bunker. I think the Commissar's going to wipe out those fellas, yep. Anti-armor Stormtroopers are chasing. And there's the other Leman Russ for Kapral. Oh, they stole the bunker, look at that. These trying to get behind. Did they just reinforce there? It looked like they reinforced, as if this turned into a medical bunker or something, but I might have just been tricked by my eyes. Warboss is going to revive the Techmarine, who doesn't seem interested in getting something else on the field. Where's your stuff? Did he just want more Terminators? Oh, there's the Land Raider. I guess they're waiting for the 180 power up or whatever it is. Red team are getting the west side back though. The Terminators are making their way to the west side as well. The Land Raider might come here also. Fire Prism's up. Really good fire support from long range, and that disruption is great too. Ogren's up for Revs. Nob's being controlled by the Barb Stranglers for now, but there's another one. Ogren's are strangely still. Oh, Pathogen's supporting with the smoke. Big fight here potentially. Nobs are going in on the Avatar. We might see a Wrath of Cain here. There's another Nob squad. There's the Wrath of Cain. Oh wow, really? They retreated? I thought they'd stay in after that. I guess they were pretty low. Avatar took a lot of damage, but still lives. I think that was Judgment on that Leman Russ, you know. Lots of repairs now. Do they still have the bunker? They do still have the bunker. Back there. Here are your Terminators. Doing what they can with those Storm Bolters. Got to try and focus the Synapse creatures if you can. Can be hard to pick them out. Down goes the Warboss. Don't think he's got a weapon upgrade yet. 168 to 226. Land Raider is where? Can't... Oh, it's just moving now. Sorry guys, says Stanley Love. They lost the Nob squad. So I guess they feel like they messed up. Here they are. There's the 2-1 for blue. Is that going to be it? They still have a VP lead though, the red team, even though they've been fighting with probably inferior armies for a while. I mean, they had less units, but they still had really good units. There's a Cyclone Missile Launcher Barrage. Just used to disrupt. Maybe they'll aim it at the Fire Prism. Stormtroopers looking for the Leman Russ, but Ogren's very, very angry with there. Is it still a repair bunker? It is. See the Leman Russ being repaired there passively. Land Raider could use some of that. Manticore Strike. Didn't do a lot to the bunker. 2-1 cap for the blue team. The Right Lance getting some shots in now. Everything can retreat back to the Land Raider. Use it as awesome infield reinforcement and support. Also provides health regen. Some nasty short range weapons too, looks like. The Orks going mid. Oh, there's a Seer Council there though. And a bunch of Tyranids too. Can they get the Banshees? Banshees got caught. Just took their eyes off him for a second, Wolfguard. But they get away. Look at that. Red team get back onto the VP. Well done. Revs and Dragonis. I don't think you want the Land Raider up this far though, buddy. Yeah, this is way too far up to put your Land Raider. Back that thing the hell off. Techmarine can repair it himself. Surprised he's still got the axe. Does have Signum though. There's a Rocks from Stanley Love. Just caught the end of it there on the Tyranid block. Looks like they did okay. Hammer of the Witches gets the Lord Commissar out of there. 154 to 184. There's a 2-1 for red again. And more Terminators for Dragonis. Just the whole first company showing up. Cadian Kasrkins for Revs. And you know what? They are pushing back the blue team here. Land Raider's still too far forward for my liking, but been okay so far. Certainly has a lot of support here. I wonder what they'll get on these third Terminators. That was risky. I'm not sure why those guys teleported there. Now they can't teleport away. Terminators can't retreat, for those that don't know. So snares and stuns and that kind of thing are really, really bad news for Terminators. You can't just retreat out of them. 126 to 184. No upgrade for these fellas yet. Are they trying to hunt the Fire Prism? Looks like that's what they were doing. They can't get to the VP. Bash the power, I think. Oh, they're finally going to get the Manticore, I believe. Ogren's going after it. It was actually Lehman Russ that got it. Or maybe the Inquisitor. She's level 10. She's kicked some ass. I think, did he just use Inspire Terror on the Ogryns? Maybe. Oh, they are retreating back to the Land Raider, which is kind of a dodgy retreat for them. Where? Why is it over here? It's a very strange place to put it. It's going to get Eldritched. Oh, I got hit pretty bad. Ogryns live. Still alive. Where's the Techmarine? He's starting to repair it. Look at this from the red team. They got onto the natural as well. Blue team just can't seem to stop their tide. Rocket run from, I think, Kapral there. Must have been. I believe Blessing of the Omnissiah is active right now. Yep, it's repairing that Lehman Russ as well. 72 to 184. Red team with a double cap. Look at these Terminators taking massive risks. Getting those Cyclone Missile Launcher barrages. He seems to have targeted the infantry a hell of a lot with that, rather than vehicles and stuff. Another rocket run. That is Revs. Absolute madness here. The Land Raider lives. Where's the Techmarine now? He's sick of repairing. He's going to fight. They can't seem to cap their own VP here, guys. They can't get it together. Have a look at this. Got some Stormtroopers on the western side. Lob Squad now trying to cap. And they can use Frenzy for that 75% damage resist. Maybe they used it already, actually. Oh, Bioplasma. Taking a lot of damage, fellas. There's the Frenzy. And they might be close enough to the Land Raider to reinforce now. Well, you know what? I thought it was crazy, but this Land Raider's done some great work this far forward. We'll see if it lives, though, because it's pretty low at the moment. There is the 2 to 1. Both the naturals locked in. GG, says Wolfguard. Kapral got another Lehman Russ on the way. The 1 to 1 cap. Did these guys ever get anything? I can't select them. They're inside the Land Raider, I think. Avatar's going after it. Now turns to fight some knobs. It's a 1 to 1 cap. Not over yet. Certainly not over yet. Venom cannons are getting shots on. I think the Land Raider's going to go down here. Oh, maybe not. It might be far enough away. They can't get another shot yet. Terminators need to try to tie them up. Oh, it stopped. It doesn't want to stop. Keep moving. Now the Flash Kit's coming in to help. Look at that damage there. It's barely alive. Knob Squad just got out of it. 20 hit points on this Land Raider. Are you kidding me? Still a 2 to 1 for the blue team. What is this? It's Ogryns chasing off a Lord Commissar. Lehman Russ is still here. Level 4. This Lehman Russ has been amazing. Now they're smacking up the Stormtroopers. And now they can smack up the tank. Another missile launcher barrage from the Cyclones. Almost got the Carnifex. There's a Knob Squad there too. And repairs for the Land Raider. Can something cap this side though? What is this? It's Guardsman. No, it's not. It's Kasrkin. And with their Sergeant, they should have a faster capping trait. Yep, nice and speedy. Look at that. Ogryns retreat. Not to the Land Raider this time. Single. Revener's dropped in by Crysis. Looks like they got it. There it is. Double cap for red team. Really? It's a strange one. That blue team just couldn't stop them pushing. I guess 3 Terminators and knobs and stuff will do that. But they seem to have the numbers and stuff. Just couldn't put it together in the fights. Just look at these heroes. Level 8 Lord Commissar had the Xenos Power Claw at the end. And Emperor's Wrath. Level 8 Revener Alpha. Maybe should have gone for the Corrosive Devourer towards the end there to help out on the Land Raider. Level 5 Farseer down in the mid. Level 10 Inquisitor. Revs was really strong on the west side. The 2 Lehman Russes that they had for a while, now 1, did huge amounts of work. I don't know why she's knocked over here. Weird. Warboss was level 9. Don't think he ever got... Oh, he did. He got his Power Claw, look. That boss pole must have made a massive difference. And a level 8 Techmarine. Weird game from Dragonis, but they won. Can't say anything more than that. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.